This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 200, A Minimalist's Thoughts on Money, by Joshua Fields Millburn of Minimalists.com. And I am Dan, your host and narrator. Well, I'm usually your narrator, but actually not today. Since it's the 200th episode here on Optimal Finance Daily, I'm getting a little break from reading to you. And what I'll be doing is playing an excerpt from the book Essential, Essays by the Minimalists, that Justin from Optimal Living Daily narrated. It's from the Finances chapter, and if you want to get the entire book for free, you can do that with a trial of Audible. If you go to oldpodcast.com/free, you can get a 30-day trial and a free audiobook. Even if you end up canceling the trial, you get to keep that audiobook. Plus, if you get this audiobook that you're hearing today, you'll be supporting the Minimalists and our podcast. Again, just visit oldpodcast.com/free to get the full audiobook for free today. And with that, here's a sample from the book as we optimize your life. An excerpt from the book Essential, Essays by the Minimalists.
A Minimalist's Thoughts on Money by Joshua Fields Millburn. I don't think about money the way I used to. I used to think money was more important than just about everything else in life. So I sacrificed to make money, and then I sacrificed more to make more, and then I sacrificed even more to make even more, working too many hours, forsaking my health, forsaking the people closest to me, forsaking everything important in pursuit of the almighty dollar. The more things I forsook, the more important the money became. Something was missing. Quote, I'm dizzy from the shopping mall. I searched for joy, but I bought it all. It doesn't help the hunger pains and a thirst I'd have to drown first to ever satiate. John Mayer, Something's Missing. I made good money, great money during my days in the corporate arena, but the problem was I spent even better money. And that was a serious source of dissatisfaction in my life, one that would haunt me for most of my 20s. When I was 19, I worked 6 or 7 days a week, and I earned more than $50,000 a year, which for a degreeless poor kid from Dayton, Ohio, that's a lot of money, more money than my mother ever earned. The problem was that when I was earning $50,000, I was spending $65,000. And then when I was earning $65,000, I was spending $80,000. Eventually, I worked my way up the corporate ladder, working 362 days a year, literally, and I was earning a 6-figure salary. That sounds great, but I was still spending more than I was bringing home, and that equation never balances. So instead of bringing home a great salary, I brought home debt, anxiety, and overwhelming amounts of discontent. My love and hatred of money, love of spending it, hatred of never having enough, was, in fact, my largest source of discontent. Call me stupid. Go ahead, you should. I was stupid. I wasn't stupid just because I was wasting my income, though. I was far more stupid because of the value I gave to money. I told myself I was a number. There was a dollar sign on my head. I could be bought. I told others they could take my time and my freedom in exchange for green pieces of paper with dead slave owners' faces printed on them. That changed when I stopped giving such importance to money. I need money to pay rent, to put food on the table, to put gas in the car, to pay for health insurance. But I needn't struggle to earn money to buy crap I don't need. Minimalism has allowed me to get rid of life's excess so I can focus on what's essential. And now at 31, I make less money than my ignorant 19-year-old self, and yet I'm not in debt, I'm not struggling, and most important, I'm happy. Now, before I spend money, I ask myself one question. Is this worth my freedom? Is this coffee worth $2 of my freedom? Is this shirt worth $30 of my freedom? Is this car worth $20,000 of my freedom? In other words, am I going to get more value from the thing I'm about to purchase, or am I going to get more value from my freedom? Don't you think it's a question worth asking yourself? These days, I know every dollar I spend adds immense value to my life. There's a roof over my head at night, the books or the music I purchase bring me joy, the few clothes I own keep me warm, the experiences I share with others at a movie or a concert add value to my life and theirs, and a cup of tea with my best friend becomes far more significant than a trip to the mall ever could. I no longer waste my money, and thus it's far less important to pursue it endlessly.
You just listened to an excerpt from the book Essential, Essays by the Minimalists. And again, that was Justin from over at the Optimal Living Daily podcast narrating the book for you, giving me a little break from reading today for the 200th episode. You can get the entire audiobook for free if you simply get a trial with Amazon's audiobook company, which is audible.com. Just go to oldpodcast.com/free to sign up. It's a free trial. You get that free audiobook, and you get to keep the book even if you cancel. And it can be any audiobook you want, by the way. Once again, to get that, visit oldpodcast.com/free. And that wraps up our milestone 200th episode of Optimal Finance Daily. And this has been such a great ride so far. Thank you all for listening each and every day and optimizing your finances with me. I'm thrilled to be on this journey with you. And here's to another 20 weeks. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, the Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Finance Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.